Coming up, Raagz goes on a rant about the debate. What does the hot Tua girl have in common with Copa America? Bye-bye Hooters. And we found Jay's viral twin. It's an Independence Week. A Dose of Raagz, episode 7, right now.
Yo, welcome to A Dose of Raagz, the weekly podcast, which features us three, Raagz, Jay, and Dose. What's up, fellas?
What up?
Yo.
We missed last week. We apologize. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of me being sick and Jay canceling last minute. But yeah, it's all good. We're back, bitch. You know what? We had what I thought was going to be a debate which had moments, which had issues, and it had just none of that. It was just a debate with, it sounded like two old men repeating themselves. Honestly, what's weird is this debate had such an aftershock, right? So basically, the world is saying Joe Biden was much weaker in this debate. It was a surprise, which I think is complete bullshit. I watched the debate. I was texting with Republicans, and remember, I'm in the middle. I lean Democrat for this, Republican for that, and I have voted liberal, Clinton, Obama, and Biden. So I'm on a liberal streak right now, right? Bro, okay, I see this debate. I'm watching Joe Biden. I'm texting Republicans. They're like, Trump looks awful. Trump's just lying about every fucking thing and anything. He's just denying, lying, whatever. Normal Trump, but not a really normal Trump, because I'm also noticing Trump ain't throwing jabs at Biden. He's got a whole new game plan in his head. He had a little jab. No, listen. Trump's jabs usually include physical jabs about the way you look, jabs about your son Hunter, jabs about how corrupt you are, and there was very little of that. When I say he threw really one major jab, which was, I didn't understand what he said. The golf stuff, yeah, that was kind of going old Trump, and Trump couldn't help himself. But that wasn't, okay, so I'm getting, my thoughts are getting out of control. Let's go from the beginning. The Democrats are the most non-trustable party in the goddamn world. You cannot trust these guys as far as you can throw them. They basically turned on Joe Biden. They cut this guy's fucking throat on live TV. The second the debate ends, and I'm thinking, Biden, you did a good job. You know what I mean? I'm talking to Biden like his wife was talking to Biden, like I talked to my dog. You're a good boy. You did a good job. Like, this guy did better than I expected. Has the fucking whole world not seen Biden a week ago, 3 weeks ago, a month ago? I mean, what the fuck? They're saying Biden looked a lot worse. This is a man that's fell 8 times in his presidency. 8 times. There's videos of him freezing. He literally has just stared at the screen. There's video of him where he says something and says pause. He reads a teleprompter not realizing he's supposed to pause and not say pause. I mean, why was this a surprise to top-level Democrats at CNN? Matter of fact, we're talking right after the debate, me, Dose, and Jay. And I go, are you not watching the same debate? Dose is like, yo, they're coming at his head, CNN, top Democrats. And I'm in disbelief. I'm like, yo, this guy has looked no different. He freezes up. He stutters. He says shit that makes no sense. We beat Medicare. I don't even know what that meant. But that was normal to me. I just think this is a complete setup, because never in the history of these fucking goddamn political parties do they turn their back on their candidate the second the debate is over. Dude, and another reason I'll say this, and I know I'm going on a tangent, I'm not letting you guys talk, but let me just finish it. I could tell CNN is in on this shit. The camera angles they're using, they're showing Trump, who kind of got like, Trump is trying to act too. He's trying to do like a half-ass sympathy job. The fucking instructions to Trump were, bro, shut the fuck up and let Biden dig his own hole. He will. And Trump is just sitting there trying to look fake sympathetic. It was obvious. And CNN's camera angles were such bullshit because they were on Joe Biden. When Trump was speaking, they showed Joe Biden with his mouth open. They showed Joe Biden looking like he's really scared. They're showing things that, you know what, it's not normal to show during the debate. They're zooming in on Joe Biden's mouth. I saw that motherfucker's tonsils. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what was going on. but I do know something is up. I can't trust nobody and nothing. This is what I know about the American. We are living in the most corrupt times that have ever been. Take over, guys, because I'm just won't shut up.
Well, first of all, very good observation about his tonsils. That's number one. Secondly, I think, in all honesty, the reality is Biden had a cold, and that didn't help optics. He had a cold. His voice was hoarse. He sounded hideous, worse than normal. I think that really optically made things a fuck of a lot worse. No doubt about that. But you're onto something, though. I do feel like, first of all, this was a very strange time for a debate in June.
Yes.
When was ever a debate in June? I mean, how was that ever happen?
2 months prior to a fucking convention, to the convention announcing your presidency, Democrats pushing for this? So shady. Democrats knew they couldn't push Biden out, so they fucking set him up to be executed in the fucking goddamn in public. Go ahead, Doe. Sorry.
No, go ahead, Jay. I know you.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Did you guys see when the cameras stopped rolling? Like Biden had to be helped off those 3 steps by his wife. And you know what? Yeah, you're right in a sense, Raagz. Like I don't know why they expected any different than what we saw of him prior to that. Like all of a sudden he was going to go from senile to get electric brain stimulation right before the debate and do something. Completely different.
Let's be honest here. These Democrats, these high-level ranking Democrats, they see this motherfucker on a weekly basis. They know the motherfucker is fucked up. They see him without the cameras on. They know everything, bro. They're full of shit. And you know and I know, okay? My dad has a neurological disease. My uncle has a neurological disease. This man has a neurological disease. It is apparent, okay? His body is locking up. His brain is starting to freeze a little bit. Yes, everyone's been saying the guy has dementia for 4 years now. Not just 1, not 2. 4 years they've been saying dementia, but this was a tipping point.
Right.
Come on,
you know what's interesting though? Post this debate, how they switched their campaign strategies a little bit. So I saw Biden saying, I might not win debates as much. I might be slower than I used to, but one thing I will always do is tell the truth. So now they're accepting that, and owning it, and now switching the whole strategy to say, all right, at least no matter what, I may be slower, I may be up there in age, but I'm telling the truth, So now they're using that as part of their strategy.
I think Biden was just really nervous because Biden, right after debate, shows up at a freaking Waffle House and does a little jig, a little dance. He looked great the next day in Carolina. He was fucking making jokes. He looked like a totally different man. I don't get it. I'm so confused. I don't trust any of these parties. It's starting to make me think, what the fuck is going on? Like, they're saying Gavin Newsom's going to be the replacement. I don't know what's going to happen. Right now Biden's holding on, but the poll numbers are going to push Biden out. We can see the poll numbers are starting to creep against Biden because of this media blast against him, bro. It's insane how shit works. And I'll tell you.
No, you mentioned the Waffle House, right? And you're spot on with that. Now here's something else funny about it. You see him giving dap to all the people in there. I mean, he was giving the full dap, the whole shebang. I mean, the energy in there all of a sudden was phenomenal. And I'll say something else. And we talked about this, Raagz, afterwards. I wish we did like a spontaneous little segment afterwards for immediate reactions, because the internet is undefeated and someone beat me to it. But I swear, when they're talking about their golf game, it reminded me of Grumpy Old Man, the movie. That shit was just classic, 2 old men arguing about fucking golf. I mean, I can't get over that shit.
I mean, it's just like, okay, that's the thing. They're arguing about golf. That's the only thing I got any pertinent facts about. A handicap of 6 or 8, Biden, make up your mind. That's the only thing I fucking got a fact about. Listen, not once was Israel-Palestine mentioned. Not once is Ukraine-Russia really mentioned, as from the candidates' mouths. Not once do they mention inflation and specific numbers, right? They're not going into specifics. There was nothing really talked about in detail. It was all Trump avoiding questions and Biden should have avoided some of these questions. It was just 2 guys who literally were not prepared. Clearly. I mean, they said they called Trump in 30 lies. 30. Okay, you know what's funny? I thought about all the accomplishments. Biden has made some accomplishments. He's eliminated some student debt. He's put $1 trillion into infrastructure. He's fucking, okay. Some other shit he's definitely done, right? I'm not thinking of it properly right now, but he 100% has helped black universities get more money. He's done shit, okay? He's doing things, right? Funny thing is, I can imagine, like, Trump is saying, you haven't done anything. But I can imagine that if Trump had done these things, how highly Trump would be talking about what he had done. And it's obvious Biden doesn't know how to fucking talk about how well, like, some of the shit he's done and he's delivered. It's so messed up.
Yeah. And how often, I have never seen a debate where they went back and forth, essentially pointing fingers at each other about who was the worst president of all time. I mean, how often have you seen that ever? Like,
bro,
they're just,
they didn't even make the point.
No, he's the worst. No, he's the worst.
Trump never once said, bro, it was a pandemic. Biden never once said, I inherited a pandemic. These guys have come, they're so senile, they forgot. Bro, you know what's crazy? It's looking like Trump is going to be our president. Donald J. Trump is going to be our fucking president again. That means that, listen, for some reason, when he's president, race relations seem to take a dive. You know, I don't know why. And it's just something weird in the air that happens. But listen, if he is president, if he does become president, I want to see. He says he's going to solve the wars, okay? And if he says he's going to stop the wars, and these wars are wars that are now starting to trickle into. Look, Putin's saying that Zelensky used Western weapons on Russian soil. So he's like, look, I told you I'm going to throw a nuke if that happens. And now his chief whatever has told Putin, yo, throw a nuke as a demonstration. Like, we're getting close. Palestine, Israel. Israel is still just hammering Palestine, bro. I saw the most fucked up video I've ever seen of a fucking kid's head. Just his head, dude. And it's just the fucking top of his fucking collar. What the fuck is going on, dude? Bro, You know what I'll say? If it's disgusting what's going on. And, like, no child should die. I don't give a fuck what you're mad at. Bottom line is, if Trump is elected, it might even be appropriate, bro. Because let me tell you, Trump is the right guy, the appropriate president for the end of the world.
Biden's taking away all the black jobs and all the Hispanic jobs, so he will bring that back. How about that?
What does he mean by black and Hispanic jobs? He's talking about low-income jobs, which is so fucked up that I understand. You know, it's crazy. They're like, well, it's not about what he said, it's about what he meant. So he meant that instead of empowering black people, let's just make sure they get that job at Taco Bell they always want. Fucking Trump, bro. And you know what? He has so many minorities behind him. I'm seeing these Latino rappers for Trump. Have you seen these?
Bro, all the Cubans in Florida, they love him.
Signs of fascism. Today, literally today, it's official that Trump, it's very, very gray area that Trump can't be charged with certain shit because he's immune.
Supreme Court
immunity.
Rules Trump has immunity. Yep, that's right.
So that's like king status, a lot of people are saying. What the fuck?
Honestly, my takeaway, Rags, is exactly what you said, right? What I say on the last episode is going to be an episode of the Jerry Springer Show. That's exactly what it was. We don't know where they stand on any of the main issues, right? Just taking jabs at each other. I'm not going to front. I was dying a little bit when Trump said it. I didn't understand a word he said, and I don't think he did either.
I mean, I couldn't have said it any better, bro. It's sad to say, but bro, he whipped it in there like, man.
I'm infatuated.
The way he said it with a little subtle bit of like feeling sorry for him almost. It was so goddamn. One thing Trump is good at is he's good at manipulation, and that was what this debate showed me. It was like the guy is good at what he's good at. It's weird. All right, enough of this shit. Look.
Let me just say, I am infatuated with Trump's cadence and his hand movements. just when I observe his cadence and his hand movements, open borders, let all the terrorists inside. This guy right here, on everything perfect. I'm just infatuated with all that. I drove my wife crazy. I was just talking in my Trump voice, for the whole night at home. My wife made me sleep on the couch.
Exactly. I'll give it to you. The fact is that when Trump gets mad, his followers get passionate. They get more excited. He gets more followers. When Biden gets mad, it just looks like a collapse.
You bring that up, and it reminds me of something, Rags. We've shared a clip where we kind of in a 60-second clip, we've kind of ripped on both of them, but it's the Trump candidates that get more defensive and have some nasty things to say to us on our clips afterwards, and it's really weird because it's the MAGAs that always call the libs pussies anyway. So it's really weird how that all turns out.
Their movement is very strong, man. Yo, when I hear "proud to be an American," like it gives me chills to think of the end of the world. It gives me a little bit of goosebumps because it does have this like camaraderie to it. Even though I'm not on the team, I can understand why this, fat little boy from Alabama wants to be on a team. You know what I mean? Like the amount of fucking control they have over us with these two parties is bad. I mean, RFK. At this point, to me, he's a viable candidate, even though he's got all those issues.
Too bad his family is not even endorsing him.
Yeah, they're not going to. They're in the establishment. He's like, bro, I stepped out. That's what happens. All right, enough of this debate, bro. We're going to be following this closely. We have no choice. It's the future. It's our life. Now it's the voting for the lesser of two evils. Now at this point, it could be voting for the person that we literally fucking, that just we have the least amount of hope in, but we just have I don't even know what to say. We have no choice at this point. I just know that I can't. Yeah. After 30 lives from Trump, I still can't ever see myself voting for the guy. He's lying too much. Someone that lies that much. Can you guys see yourself ever turning a vote for him?
Hard to.
But it's like our options are the liar versus the senile person. You know what I mean? Like these are our options that we're left with.
I don't see how Biden's going to make it 4 years.
We're voting for the Democratic Party, not Biden. Biden ain't doing nothing. Come on.
No, you're right. Yeah.
So is it voting for senile versus liar? No, it's voting for a bunch of people who are also actually they lying to us too right now. They lied to us the way they're trying to dump Biden. So you're right, it's liar versus liar. Fuck. Bro, you know what's sad is Jill Biden. She's getting all this shit. This guy's whole life, he's talked about his big goal of being president. You know what I mean? And now they're calling her a witch because do you think that she fucking loves this in her golden years? She could be in fucking Waikiki or fucking goddamn wherever she wants to be in the world. Okay, sitting on a beach, and these motherfuckers are like, "Oh, she's a power hungry bitch."
She can be her little Delaware Shore beach, Ibis Beach.
Bro, their shore house is so whack on that lake house. You see it? It's not the house that you have, bro. Like I can even see one of our friends having that crib. Like not one of us three. One of our more wealthy friends could have a crib like that because it ain't that fancy. Which again brings me to humble. He's a humble beginnings to build that house, bro. I don't know, man. I know he's a career politician. I know he's full of shit, just like they all are. But at this point, he has done some good, man. Like, why is it so hard to see the guy he's dropped some student debt? He has tried to put pressure on Netanyahu. He is trying to stop Putin from trying to take more, taking back the Soviet Union. He's trying to fix the economy. The stock market is roaring right now. God damn it.
That's because the American voter is not objective, dude. The average American voter is all about their fucking favorite sports team. They just run around with the goddamn pom-poms, and that's all there it is. You're a Philadelphia Phillies fan, Rags. You're a Philadelphia Phillies fan till the day you die, and you're gonna ride with them no matter what. And that's the way. And that's the way the average American voter views politics. Yeah, rah rah rah. Go fuck yourself.
You're right. Average Trump voter. Proud to be an American. That's all they ride on. All right. So let's move on. All right. So listen, we got this week, Jay. We got you doing a report on this big thing. It's called the Copa. It's football, soccer. Take it away, Jay.
All right. Let me get in my bag here. All right. First, you guys peep the shirt, fellas.
Yeah, it looks like an extra medium.
Huh?
Snug.
Proud to
snug.
be here.
So for those listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, Jay is sporting his Team USA soccer jersey right now, and it looks very, very snug. I could see the pulse coming out of his biceps, all right, which aren't that big, by the way. I can see the pulse coming out of his biceps through his jersey. But go ahead, Jay, carry on.
Thanks for that description, though. Much appreciated. But all right, so let me break it down for everyone that's not a soccer fan, so they can understand. The Copa America is traditionally a tournament hosted by South America, and it's supposed to take place every 4 years, and occasionally they'll let two other teams in from either Central America or North America compete in the tournament. It's the second most prestigious tournament after the World Cup, along with the Euros. So the United States, for once, is actually hosting the Copa America tournament this year, right? So we have every team from North America competing, Central America, and South America competing. So obviously, as the host, as Americans, the U.S. is in the tournament, and we are in a do or die game. So just to summarize, the U.S. beat Bolivia in their group, right? They got 3 points. We got a red card in the last match. So we were down to 10 men, and we lost to Panama, a country that we faced a million times. They're in our same region, right? But because we were down to 10 men, we lost. And even though we're technically the better team. So now we are in a do or die game against what is probably the strongest team of the tournament next to Argentina, which is Uruguay, who have been smashed their first two opponents left and right.
Can I say something, Jay?
Yeah.
By the way, that was pathetic a pathetic performance by Team USA against Panama.
Yeah.
Pathetic. Okay, they should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah.
What are they doing? All right, carry on.
No, absolutely right. They've been getting got at because even with 10 men, they had enough to beat Panama. They had their chances to beat Panama. They should have taken advantage of that. And Tim Weah, who's one of our best players, made the stupidest mistake and lost his cool, which cost him the red card. Yeah, go ahead, Riz.
Let me ask you a question. Where is the United States team in comparison to all these teams? Are we in the middle? Where are we at? Before the tournament starts, as far as the way we're looked at.
So we are not the worst, nor are we the best, right? We have the potential. We're exactly what you said, like kind of in the middle. I believe FIFA ranks us at around number 11 right now, which isn't horrible because historically we've been looked at as Americans don't know shit about football. They don't play the game. We looked at as aliens. You know what I mean? And for years, that's been, I guess, the view of Americans. However, since the World Cup here in '94, it's gotten better. Our team's gotten better. We have players that are now playing Europe. We have our first actual superstar player in Christian Pulisic, who plays for AC Milan and is killing it. He's also Champions League winner. And he's also one of he's probably up there with one of the best players in U.S. soccer history that plays for our country. So our team has made strides.
Is Uruguay, who are playing tonight, are they supposed to win?
Yes,
they're good.
Without a doubt.
And Raagz. Pot's legal out there too. But carry on.
All right. Well, I'm gonna watch the game tonight. Hold on. I'm gonna 1 second, goddammit. I need 1 fucking second, goddammit.
He's got his jersey too. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, Raagz had just put on his Team USA jersey, and it's almost as snug, but not as snug as Jay's.
Fits a little bit better than mine. Raagz got a little more muscles on him. This is awesome. So it's a huge game against probably the tournament favorites alongside Argentina and Uruguay. So this is how it is. Both matches are going to be played simultaneously, right? So we have to match whatever Panama does against Bolivia. So if they tie Bolivia and we lose, USA gets knocked out. So if they win, we have to win. So basically, we're hoping for Bolivia to beat Panama.
It's not a must-win situation. It's depending on something else, which is I like this idea.
Yeah, they're both being played at the exact same time, so it gets crazy because somebody will alert the coach, the U.S. coach, during game time what the score is in the other game, and he'll somehow find a way to communicate that to the players. And during the match or during half,
won't there just be a fucking scoreboard, fucking stadium? All right, so
I don't know if
I have a question for you. I was in the gym and I saw Portugal beat Sweden, I think?
Slovenia.
Whatever it was. I saw the end. Let me ask you guys this. From the outside looking in, it seems like a shootout is not the fairest way to end these games.
You're not the only one.
I just feel like, look, it's fantastic when these shootouts go one for one. But it's just like you lose over the smallest little fucking thing. Because sometimes a shootout is based on it's psychological, right? The goalie thinks you're going this way, and you go that way. It's all. It's just like once. It could be one little mistake defines your whole fucking season.
Very much so. Yeah, it is. It's extremely nerve-wracking when it gets to a shootout. And so here's the thing, right? They've played 90 minutes of regulation. No winner determined in that. They played an extra half hour on the pitch. All the players are spent, exhausted. So at the end, if no goals and there's no eventual outcome, then it'll go into a penalty shootout. Where this is the only way or else they can just make it go on forever, and the players will probably collapse on the field. So at the end of regulation, at the end of first overtime, second overtime, will they do it?
With you, bro, that would be exciting to see players so tired they could barely fucking keep like their eyes open, bro. If soccer was an American sport, that would definitely probably be a part of it or something else. Where,
but you do actually
forever,
Yeah. Who has hotter women
between the two countries?
Yeah.
What, Slovenia
or Portuguese? If we were to ask the average woman, who do you think they would say has the hotter men? Do you think if we asked the Haktua girl, what would she say?
Oh, I don't know.
You know what she'd say? No, you know what her type is? She's been in country concerts. Her type is Dallas. That's what her type is.
Yeah.
No foreign country.
She got whiter. Slovenia look whiter than a Portuguese guy.
She got interviewed today in a podcast, and one of the questions that she got was, they played a game where the interviewer was like, "Okay, I'm going to show you a picture of this person. You tell me if you'd hawk to him or not." And one of the persons was Donald Trump, and she was like, "No." So maybe that gives you an idea of where her allegiance is. So who knows?
Even if as Trumpers can admit, like the guy is kind of disgusting, right? I mean,
he's orange.
Yeah, he's orange. He's extremely overweight, and he never worked out.
And he's got a raccoon on his head.
Exactly. He's got dye all over, fake tan shit all over him. Yeah.
You guys better be careful.
Hair comes out to the side. He's fucking face, whatever color he is again. I don't know. Actually, that's what about when he stays, right?
What about when he first wakes up in the morning?
He says he sleeps like 3 hours. So.
Did he say it for real? 3 hours?
He said he sleeps very little. Yeah, I don't know. He fucking be tweeting all night.
Do you think he takes power naps?
Oh, are you kidding?
He's got to. He's got to.
How do we back on this motherfucker?
All right.
Bro, how long she's got? How many more minutes of fame Haktua have? It's July 1st. Is she still
I'll give her a month.
August 1st?
I'll give her a month.
I wish I could just answer that with one word, but here's what I'll say, okay? I know that she's milking it right now, which she should do that, and she announced that she's got some upcoming projects coming up now. It depends on how she could spin whatever those projects are, right?
That's true.
She obviously got a lot of offers. She got offered $600 to spit in a freaking jar or some shit like that.
Yeah, I saw that.
But that's not even it. That's short-term income right there. She got some projects. Let's see how that plays out.
She is a hack. You know why? She copied Patrice O'Neal. Okay? This is Patrice O'Neal. You guys know who that is? Famous comedian?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Everyone say he was the best roaster that ever lived.
Most amazing comedians, amazing roaster, just a phenomenal overall comic. He originally had his joke about women. We love that noise, right? And let's be honest, that's connected to Haktua. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why this has caught fire, because it's like the first time since Patrice mentioned that, like he's the OG that mentioned that. Now she's fucking taking his joke and like expanded on it, kind of.
Yeah, but you want to know what though? All right, maybe, but listen, let's just be realistic about this. She was in the street. She was drinking with her homegirl, getting shit-faced. Some guy pulls up a mic, starts interviewing her. She plays along with it. One of those goofy little freaking interviews that people do on there. And she used someone else's thing. Okay. To me, what's more crazy is the amount of attention that shit like that gets after the fact. Why are we freaking so weird as a society?
I'll tell you why.
So obsessed with shit like this.
I'll tell you why.
She's like what? She's a cute blonde girl. Like, you know what?
I'll tell you why. She had that cute Southern accent. I hot two on that thing. Cute Southern accent. She's cute. She looks like your average girl next door, literally, right? For her to say that, and it made so much sense to so many people, and it just has never been heard from a Southern accent like that. Look, she's cute. Now, here's this. This is the most important question. If you meet Hawk to a girl in a bar, okay, you talk to her, you really like her, you're like, yeah, she's cute, I like the way she talks. You start going on dates with her, you have this relationship start, and then you find out that she's Hawk to a girl. Does that change everything?
No, not at all. I just thought that was just like a funny thing that she said. I didn't really think nothing crazy about it. You know what I mean?
It's not like she's just because she's saying she spit on a. Look, first of all,
yeah,
I don't want someone to hawk to her. I mean, necessarily.
I don't want someone to hawk a loogie on me.
I definitely want there to be some lube and some type of, I want there to be no friction. I'll put it that way.
Wait a second.
But,
wait a second. Are you saying you would not appreciate that at all? Is that what you're saying?
I would appreciate, but not like I don't want fucking phlegm from her last pneumonia, bro. You know what I mean?
Who cares? Do you realize what's happening right there?
I don't know.
Spell it out like it really matters.
If she the loogie of green shit on your cock, you might fucking be worried.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't want that in it. I don't want that beforehand. As long as you can avoid that beforehand, yeah.
I don't want her going down into the fucking the joint she smoked 4 weeks ago. That phlegm, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but I'll be fine with it. Yeah,
she seems like actually a really like a good girl. Like when you see the way she carries herself now, even at this concert I saw her at, she seems like a good girl. She said something a little drunk. Of course, every man's fantasy is to have his dick slobbered on. Who the fuck said it wasn't? But it doesn't mean she's a slut. It just means that she knows how to make a man happy, right?
Goddamn right.
Well, when you think about it, the more
an American.
When you think about it, the more phlegm, the better. I would think. I don't give a shit if it's
but
green,
I want
yellow,
it
or
to be
clear.
Saliva, not phlegm. Let's be clear.
Yeah, that's different.
The phlegm might actually feel better on all those sensations right there.
I
don't want her sucking in her sinuses on that shit.
You're thinking about how it would look. She's not doing it in your goddamn mouth, okay? She's doing it someplace else.
I don't want bacteria on my shit.
What do you mean? Bacteria's got on there any damn way. You know what she's doing anyway?
You're right. I'm just saying I don't want the chunks, the phlegm.
If it comes down and if it's leaking yellow, you're not gonna be like.
Are you gonna look at it and say, "Oh, it's yellow"?
I probably would. I might be like, "Yo, that's yellow." Why that?
How would you know the difference? I mean, there's a lot of other things going over there. How would you know a difference any damn way? How would you know it's not your shit?
In this conversation. Fine. So Jay, you would marry Hawk to a girl.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Ferdos,
I would.
Ferdos. Now you're not single, but if this is 20 years ago and you're single, and you met Hawk to a girl, would you let her 15 seconds online of talking about sucking dick, would you let that affect the relationship with her?
No, I'll cash in. I'm cashing in. 20 years ago, I'm cashing in.
We're a Hawk to a girl with his girl.
I'm supporting her. I'm supporting that bitch all day. All day. Whatever you need, boo-boo. I'm cashing in. Okay?
This is going on podcasts like, you got Hawk to on that dang and lick it up. I mean, let's be honest. Women, they want us to Hawk to her, don't they?
Well, here's the thing. I want to know who Pookie is. She shouted out Pookie, her lover or whatever the heck that is.
Yeah.
Who is Pookie?
I thought about that too. I'm like, that's a lucky motherfucker, that Pookie.
Yeah, there you go. I wouldn't mind being that guy.
She said
right?
she said she ain't been. She said she got to take the cobwebs off that thing. Or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a good girl.
So if Pookie is a smart businessman, he could really cash in on this too. All up on her piggyback. I'm all over.
Yo, you see Shaq trying to catch in?
Oh yeah. She met with Shaq.
Yep. Shaq was
know.
like Shaq was like smiling all up near her face while she was cheesing on the camera and shit. He met up with her real quick after she said that shit. Yo.
I don't know. I
Sam,
saw
you gotta
photos.
come by.
I don't know what the details, but I saw
You gotta
photos.
come by
Everything.
my $5 burger shop. You gotta get yourself some to eat. You don't know what he was saying. I love Shaq, though. Shaq is a classic, bro.
Yeah.
All right, moving on from hot to we're back to Copa. Okay, we fucked up.
Yeah, right.
We went off of things. So Copa. Before you go into anything else, Jay, you're the expert. Who is your prediction to win this cup?
Between me, I think it's gonna be an Argentina-Uruguay final.
Okay.
And because Argentina have the GOAT and Messi, I'm going for Argentina. But I think it's very, very close between those two.
You guys heard it here first.
I want to say for the record. I think Colombia is a heavy contender as well.
Yes, they are actually. Yep.
Heavy
24
contender.
matches unbeaten, I think, right now. So they're actually looking really, really strong.
Colombia, Uruguay, and for some reason I'm a Messi fan. I wouldn't mind seeing them win. I just don't see it happening.
I got tickets to the semifinals. I cannot wait to go.
Wow, where
MetLife
is that?
Stadium.
Shitty.
MetLife. Meadowlands.
Shitty ass stadium.
Yeah,
Stadium
it's
shit.
actually the
ass.
stadium.
You don't like it?
I hope you got good seats because you can forget about it if you're all the way up top. It's like freaking little dots. First of all, they don't even know how to broadcast from over there. Okay, they look like a bunch of little. It looks like watching NHL hockey on a Super Nintendo 64 or whatever the fuck.
At MetLife,
Right.
well, the World Cup final is going to be held there too. So
Horrible, bad decision. That is. You're right.
Who's gonna win tonight's game? USA, Uruguay. What's your prediction? No.
Uruguay's gonna bitch slap USA. I'm sorry to tell you that right now.
All right.
What's the score predicted, Ghost? 2-0, 1-0, what? What are you predicting?
3-1 Uruguay.
Okay.
all right, I'm going with heart overhead. I'm going 2-1 USA.
I'm going 2-2. Tie, USA, shootout. And
No
then
shootouts. No shootout in the group stage.
huh?
It ties 1 point. There's no shootouts in the group
all right,
stage.
we're
Only
going
when they
tie.
enter
We're going tie.
knockouts.
2-2.
We're going tie.
2-2.
And we advance. We advance with that tie, Raagz.
Yeah, we advance.
We advance. All right.
Proud to be an American. All right, moving on. All right, we've got a topic. One more thing I want to talk about. One thing I'm actually happy about.
Tell me.
Hooters is closing tons of fucking locations around the country.
Man.
That's a good thing, bro. Hooters is
Why?
the breeding ground for creeps, bro. Have you not gone to a Hooters? I've been to a couple. I haven't been to too many. I've been to. Okay, you've been to a Hooters where you see that old man showing the young waitress pictures. This is when I worked on the dock. This is when I was in the fucking. I was in the. I was playing in the rec league. Whatever the fuck bro. This is where old men think they have a shot with a chick. Okay, these old men don't need to think that. These young girls shouldn't have to flirt with these losers to get their fucking money. Come on, this is a bad thing. I think, look, I have nieces, you have nieces, Ferdos has daughters. Isn't this a good thing to eliminate the place where all the creeps go to stare at women? Literally.
So it's funny. I don't know. Maybe where I live, I see people bringing their families into like a Hooters, like it's a nice family establishment. That's how.
Let me ask you this: is it a family establishment?
Well, that's what I was. I was like, I wouldn't bring my little kid. You know what I mean? With women.
Do I want my daughter to see that this is what you do to get money? Like, yo,
No,
you can.
that's what I mean.
There's nothing wrong with being a server, but to wear the fucking booty shorts and to have your fucking, you know what I mean, like to try to prop up your
Cleavage.
like to make money. That's not something that a young girl should, a young boy should even see, right? It's just bad fucking. It's bad for business. It's bad for everything. Look, at the end of the day, if you keep leading creeps on, eventually they make a move. Okay, one of them makes a move, and that causes havoc. Okay.
So where are these perverts gonna go now that they're shutting down Hooters?
Stay home, watch your OnlyFans, your porn, whatever you're doing, bro. You should not be
OnlyFans
out
subscriptions
there.
going up.
I mean, bro, I used to remember going to I used to go to the one in Jersey a few times. Where there was one in like Princeton, right, or West Windsor somewhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is that still open?
Mercer Mall one? Yeah.
it is.
Okay.
I was just
I remember
by
going
there
there.
like last week.
And I'd see some creepy Indian dudes too, by the way. I mean, it's just a weird thing, man. Do they actually think these girls like them?
Well,
Are they just fucking shot out?
Listen, bro, I've had friends of mine at strip clubs saying, "I got so much game. All these strippers love me." Okay, I mean, there's guys that think strippers are in love with them too. Okay, so guys are gonna be creeps no matter what.
Listen,
That's my
she
point.
was in love with me, goddammit, Dose. I told you not to tell anybody. No, but look,
Well, I'm looking at the flip side, right? These girls, they're also probably like, look, I just flirt with that old man. He's gonna leave me a big ass tip. You know what I mean?
yeah,
so
but
by the
that's
way-
the thing. I don't think she should. I don't think a young woman should think it's that easy to get paid. Look, I haven't been to a Hooters in a long time, bro. I don't know what the talent looks like. I don't know what the chicks are like there and there anymore. But I do know that actually there's one Hooters in Long Beach and the Laugh Factory is right next to it. That's why I went in there real quick. And I just remember seeing all these creeps just lurking. And that's the thing that stuck out to me. It's like, damn, these creeps need another way. I fucking feel better about them.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's not healthy for the
I hear
soul that you got to go into Hooters, show them your little fucking wallet picture of who you used to look, what you used to look like when you're in the army, or whatever the fuck you showed them. You know, like, it's just sad, man. I don't know. Look, I think it's sad. It's a sad place. It's not. I don't understand what it actually means. Listen, it gives young men the message that you can go into a Hooters and you can pay for a girl to flirt with you. Bitch, go into a real bar and have a real conversation, you loser. If you want, I mean, listen, the reason Hooters is out of business is because of OnlyFans, because that's how they're talking to these bitches now.
Yeah, but bro, go to a real bar and talk to them. Are you kidding me? I mean, there's that shit is long gone with or without Hooters, though.
What do you mean?
Okay.
There's plenty of guys and women hooking up at bars still.
Okay, but not like how it was when we were coming up, bro.
It's
Yeah, that's
This
with
is
the
what-
phones and stuff like that.
Hell yeah, it's not-
People just aren't as social anymore.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, all right.
And
I don't
alcohol.
know. I guess you're right. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, though, there's a young guy that he learns his game from Hooters.
What's more disappointing? What's more disappointing to you, Hooters or Red Lobster going down?
Bro, our Red Lobster, bro. I'm a fan of Red Lobster. Red cheddar biscuits, bitch. Anyway,
All right,
so
all
we're
right.
gonna wrap up this week's episode. Woo! There's one video I found. Hey, Dose, I found Murphy. I found Jay online. I found him.
Did
bro.
you?
Play the
Did you?
fucking video.
Did you?
Jay, who is this? This is your long lost cousin, bitch.
करना मुकाबला था पूरा रखी दम हड्डियां वखा के करना हुंदा नहीं कम कदे पिंदे सुट्टा पा कदे पिंदे रम कदे पिंदे सुट्टा पा कदे पिंदे रम करना मुकाबला था पूरा रखी दम हड्डियां वखा के करना हुंदा नहीं कम कदे पिंदे सुट्टा पा कदे पिंदे रम कदे पिंदे सुट्टा पा कदे पिंदे रम रेड डॉट लाए मथे मारते हैं शॉट मेरी गाने सुन साडे देखी होए पहलो मेरे जेबा विच कैश तो पाया काला कोट हमें करदे ने पीछे नंबर करदे ने नोट हर दूजे दिन गड्डी ਆਪਾਂ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਚੇਂਜ ਜਿੱਕਾ ਜਾਂ ਕਟਾਉਂਦੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਫਸ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਰੇਂਜ ਤੇਰੇ ਜਿਹੇ ਲੰਡੂ ਮੈਥੋਂ ਮੰਗਦੇ ਨੇ ਚੇਂਜ ਤੇਰੇ ਜਿਹੇ ਲੰਡੂ ਮੈਥੋਂ ਮੰਗਦੇ ਨੇ ਚੇਂਜ ਕਰਨਾ ਮੁਕਾਬਲਾ ਤਾਂ ਪੂਰਾ ਰੱਖੀ ਦਮ ਗੱਡੀਆਂ ਵਖਾ ਕੇ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਕੰਮ ਕਦੇ ਪਿੰਡੇ ਸੁੱਟਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਦੇ ਪਿੰਡੇ ਰਮ
I want to know what he said. I want to know what. I want to know. He looked like
I
he
can
was.
understand it. He's speaking my language. He's talking about drinking rum.
That's it. Just drinking rum.
I don't know what else, but listen,
Nah,
the song's pretty
there's
damn good.
Yeah,
It's
he
a
was
good
flowing
beat.
whatever he was saying. Definitely. Yo, you know he got a record deal just off that?
Dude,
Incredible.
I believe it. He deserves it.
Yeah, for real.
Definitely. I saw you and fucking him hanging on Witherspoon Street, bitch. I saw you and him at Hooters, bitch, hitting on some fucking 18-year-old high school grad.
Sure, bro.
Yo.
He's talking about clapping someone. He's talking about thug shit. I did see a translation because he actually on his Instagram page, I think his latest video, he's like, everyone's been asking me what this means in English, so he translated the English things
He-
on it.
he did say
No,
press one
listen,
for
all
English.
respect, man. I got to give him respect where respect's due. Look at Jay. Anything's possible, bro. Guy looks like he was going to be a famous rapper, bro. So there we go. All right.
He's Chandigarh's finest, bro.
There we go, baby. All right, fellas. So we're wrapping up the week's episode. This is episode what, 8 or 9?
7.
Lucky number 7, episode 7. We'll see you guys next week. Enjoy your happy 4th of July. United States, this might be the end, so we're going in, bitch.
Don't
Go
forget,
USA,
guys.
baby!
Don't forget, guys. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Support us.
And
Love us.
Coke.
Check us out.